All right, guys, let's get some NBA picks and props for Saturday, February 24th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 at the moment. I gave out the Miami Heat plus 3.5 against the New Orleans Pelicans. They were up double-digit early, then a second quarter collapse. It's now tied going into halftime. Very upsetting for me, but hey, the Heat, they dominated the first quarter. They can dominate the last two.
Yeah, and I gave out the Bucks plus 4.5 on the road against the Timberwolves. I don't think the game started. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't looked at my phone since we started recording, so hopefully the Bucks can win or at least cover the spread here, plus 4.5 on the road against the T-Wolves. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off over there?
Yeah, that game has not started for you, but that means that my player prop has not started either because it's one of the latter games. I gave out Steph Curry over 10.5 RAs, rebounds plus assists going up against the Hornets. I expect him to drop probably like a 8-5 game to get this over for us.
Yeah, and I've got Dame Lillard over his total points, 24.5 in that Minnesota against Bucks game. Hopefully he can have that number. Hopefully he can score 25 plus points and the Bucks win on the road. That'd be fantastic for me. Trey, let's go to the group play from yesterday. We both gave out the Cavaliers here. Mine is 4 on the road against the 76ers. They're down by 5 right now in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter just starts. So hopefully the Cavaliers make a little comeback and they win this game by at least 4 points on the road. Trey, let's go to the group play for tomorrow. It's going to be a great game here. The Boston Celtics traveling to face off against the New York Knicks. The Boston Celtics are minus 6.5, over under 223.5. Have you start?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. These two teams, they attack it very differently. As you can see, Boston, they average 120 points per game, and the Knicks defense, they are one of the best defenses in the NBA, and I expect the Knicks to honestly win this game. Give me the Knicks, though, plus 6.5. The Knicks, they're coming off a massive win in their previous game, and I think that's going to propel them to kind of having a really good, not really second half of the season because the season's already 3/4 of the way done, but the last 22-ish games of the season, the Knicks are going to try to push hard towards the playoffs because the Celtics, they are, I think, 6 or 7 games above the number 2 seed for the Eastern Conference. So maybe we need to take note that they might start to cruise as the regular season comes to an end, while the Knicks, they're trying to get that number 2, number 3 seed, and they're going to look to keep on pushing. So give me the Knicks, home dogs, plus 6.5.
Yeah, I like the Knicks here too, plus 6.5. You got to take the home team here. I think the Knicks might be the best overall team, players wise. Like they don't have the most talent, but they have the best chemistry. I feel like they definitely play the best defense in the league. The addition of Bojan Bogdanovic, Josh Hart back in the starting lineup. He is an absolute monster. I'm going to touch on him in a little bit, but I think the Knicks, they play the overall better basketball. They play the overall better team basketball. So I'm going to take them plus 6.5 here at home. I think that's way too high of a number for this Boston.
Hey, and I love your key player for Boston. That made me laugh. Jaylen Brown, dunk contest. He was an embarrassment, though.
Trey, he can dunk. Did you know that?
He can dunk over Kai Cenat.
Jalen Brunson, confirmed, can dunk the basketball. All right, let's move over to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be attacking the Orlando Magic going up against Detroit Pistons game. There's only 3 games, so we got the group play, we got my play, and Bears play. We're going to be attacking the entire NBA slate. But this game's going to be an interesting one. The Magic, they won their first game off the All-Star break on the road when they beat the Cavaliers by 7 points. And the Pistons, they lost their first game post-All-Star break on the road against the Pacers by 14 points. So 2 things have seemingly remained true after the All-Star break. The Magic, they're very good, and the Pistons, they are very bad. Give me the Magic here, minus 6.5 here in this game. I love that this number is so low because the Pistons, they're bad, and the Magic, they've been able to just win games so far this year. Everyone was saying, oh, they're a fluke in the first half. Well, the season's almost done, guys, and the Magic, they are sitting pretty in the Eastern Conference, and these 2 teams, they've already played twice this year, and the Magic, they won and covered both games and whooped the Pistons in both games. The Magic, they won both those games by an average score of 117 to 95. That's an average of 19 points per game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons lose this game by double digits because I wouldn't be surprised if they don't score triple digits in this game. They simply traded away all their scoring. Cade Cunningham, he's going to have to score 40-plus points in this game to keep it competitive, and I don't think that he's going to be able to do that against this Magic tough defense. So look for Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner to honestly combine for 45-plus points here in this game, and it's going to be hard for the Pistons to keep up with that. Like I said, the Magic, they have a very good defense, probably, in my opinion, top 5 defense. That's because they're ranked number 1 in the NBA in shots allowed per game. That's because their defense is stifling. They turn over opponents at a very high rate. In fact, the Magic, they turn over opponents the second highest times per game. And that plays right into what the Pistons are bad at because the Pistons, they turn the ball over the second most times per game. So the Magic, they're going to progressively just be able to outscore this Pistons team throughout this game. So give me the Magic here, minus 6.5 on the road versus the Pistons.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the other game, the Brooklyn Nets going on the road to face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Very small slate of games, like Trey said, but I'm going to take the Timberwolves against the spread going up against the Nets. We have to remember the T-Wolves are playing right now while we're recording, and I'm kind of hoping that the Milwaukee Bucks win or cover the spread there. That would be good for everybody if the Bucks won outright. And if that happens, I love this Timberwolves team even more in this game, coming off a loss, staying at home. The Brooklyn Nets, they were torched coming out of All-Star break in their last game. They're dealing with some coaching problems. A new head coach came in, didn't help them do anything. They got killed in their last game with the new head coach. I think it's just going to be more of the same moving forward for this Nets team. The T-Wolves are one of the better teams in the NBA. They are great on offense and defense, and the majority of the time they look exactly like the New York Knicks. That defense just turns into great offense. Brooklyn's coming into this game towards the bottom in both offensive and defensive efficiency, giving up 116 points per game on defense, ranking them in the bottom 15, and they're only scoring 113 points on the other side, ranking them 23rd in the NBA. Coming in with that struggling offense, going up against one of the better defenses in the NBA is going to be tough, especially for an organization that just fired their head coach and he's trying to learn everything on the fly. I like the T-Wolves to blow out the Nets in this game, so I'm going to take them against the spread at home as the play. Trey, let's go over to the player props. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm actually going to stay in that game. Give me Mike Conley. I'm going to take him to go over 9.5 points versus the Nets. It was at 9.5 in his last game. If it comes out at 10.5, I still love it because I expect Conley to score double digits here pretty easily. And I believe that for a few reasons. The first one is this is his second game of a back-to-back. And we've seen Conley kind of dominate in those games because he's played in 4 games so far this year with 0 days rest. And in those games, he's averaged 13.5 points per game, which is over this number. And whenever we look at his opponent in the Brooklyn Nets, it makes me love this play even more because Conley, he's played against the Nets 3 times so far since he joined the T-Wolves last season. And across those games, he averaged 13 points per game, which is also over this number. In fact, he's played against the Nets once this year, and he finished that game with 10 points right at this number. And in my opinion, this might be Conley's best chance to win an NBA championship. The T-Wolves, they are on a hot streak, and they're playing good basketball. And I know Conley knows how important home court is. So with the Thunder nipping at the T-Wolves' heels, I expect Conley to kind of come in this game and set the tone early, just like he's done throughout this entire season. So give me Mike Conley to go over his 9.5 points versus the Nets.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there for you. For my player prop today, I'm going to take Josh Hart to go over his points plus rebounds going up against the Boston Celtics. I said it last time. I'm going to say it again. Every team needs a Josh Hart on their team, a guy that just gives maximum effort every single possession. He's playing heavy minutes for this New York Knicks team, and that's because of his effort. And Coach Tibbs, he's rewarding him for that effort. In the last game, right out of the All-Star break, he played 44 minutes against the 76ers. He scored 18 points, 12 rebounds in the game. And Josh Hart, he's a guard. I'm not entirely sure how tall Josh Hart is. Probably 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there. He's averaging 7.2 rebounds per game this season. He has double-digit rebounds in 9 of the last 10 games, and we just need to score 8 points, which is right around his average on the season. Trey, can you look up his height for me real quick? This is going to be a high-intensity game at home for the New York Knicks, going up against the best team in the East and the Boston Celtics. I'd like Josh Hart once again to put out maximum effort, clean up the rebounds, and make shots whenever he's asked to make shots. Give me Josh Hart over his points plus rebounds as the play. Do we have a height check?
6'4". I thought he was like 6'6", honestly.
6'4" guy averaging 7.2 rebounds. That's insane. He's just the effort guy. He makes every single effort play. Love Josh Hart over his points and rebounds. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with the Magic here, -6.5 against the Pistons. They're the better team, and they know that they need to keep stringing together wins. They're not going to have a letdown game here against the Pistons. Also going with Mike Conley over 9.5 points versus the Nets. The dude's going to show up here in this game. He loves playing on 0 days rest. He loves waking up those old legs. So give me Mike Conley over 9.5 points.
Yep, and I'm going with the T-Wolves here at home -8 going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And then Josh Hart over its points plus rebounds whenever it comes out against the Boston Celtics. Coming off that 18-12 game, this dude's going to get you 10 plus rebounds, 10 plus points every single game. Guys, that's going to do it for our NBA plays and props for Saturday, February 24th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac minus 4.5, and Wisconsin minus 10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,